TNT's government has maintained that it has good relations with Venezuela as it plans to undertake a diplomatic visit. But Venezuela's interim president, Delcy Rodriguez's visit to Grenada spelled volumes when she was asked by a journalist why Grenada and not Trinidad.
Trinidad is close to you.
Yeah, but we have relations with Grenada.
Are you going? Are there any other countries that you will be going to anytime soon,
No, in this time.
Former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley says there are many questions left to be answered relating to the diplomatic delegation TNT is sending. It's his view that the country has been made a vassal state due to the United National Congress government choosing to side with the United States against former Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
The PLM has been asking in the parliament and elsewhere, who are you talking to in Venezuela? Because we need to know. Because if the government is not talking to anybody in Venezuela, then the resources that we are after, that we have made arrangements for, and the contracts that we have with the government of Venezuela and the government of Trinidad and Tobago, those things are at risk.
Dr. Rowley says the government placed itself and by extension this country into a mess of a situation with the serious criminal allegations that spurred Venezuela's way.
What the UNC did was not just carry out a conversation against Venezuela, They identify individuals and accuse them of criminal conduct. And unfortunately, those individuals are now more in control of Venezuela than before. So I am waiting to see who they are going to be talking to and what the delegation is going to be made up of and what they will produce. Because in the meantime, the multilateral oil companies are busy taking what they can get, and no oil company is going to be entering into contracts to give Trinidad and Tobago the best benefits of those contracts.
Dr. Rowley tells us the focus of those companies is to seek the interest of their shareholders, and according to him, that was the plan under his administration by way of placing the National Gas Company at the center of the brokered deals.
And that's why they could come today and talk about the increased profits at NGC. Because we have managed, after 5 years of work, to restructure Atlantic LNG so that NGC can earn more money. And then they come and say the earnings is they're doing out of 10 months. There's tomfoolery and there's serious business.
There are speculations that TNT's support for the United States could redound to the country being rewarded in relation to Venezuela's oil and gas. Dr. Rowley says he's unable to make any pronouncements on that in the absence of information on what was agreed to between the two countries.
But I could tell you, in matters of this nature, there's nobody out there taking responsibility for us when we don't take responsibility for ourselves. That we better understand that. Nobody's going to give us anything. If we are useful to them, we are welcome. The minute we are not useful, we have to understand that they're off looking for new useful idiots. And unfortunately, in some quarters, Trinidad and Tobago is being viewed as being useful idiots to people who have other agendas that are not in keeping with our interests.
The former Prime Minister says there are no substitutes for sovereign-to-sovereign arrangements. Alicia Boucher, TV6 News.